So just recently, I showed you guys how to save in Godot in a similar method to how you saved in Unity, as in player pref style. Now this time I'm going to show you how to actually save your game in a little bit more of an easy method, even though the last time was also an easy method, but this time is a little bit more of a readability method. And what I mean by that is, if you saw the other tutorial about saving like Unity player prefs, we opened up a notepad sort of thing and it showed us the names of our values, like name, age, but it didn't actually show us our values itself because those were sort of, I don't know, encrypted or something. But with saving with resources, it makes the data that you're saving a bit more readable, if you want it to be readable, that is. So this is all of the code that I made for the other saving video. Now the only things that you really need to change are using the file access system, because you don't really need to use the file access system for the saving your resource. And the first thing that you really need to do is extend, take away the node and put in resource. That's not how you spell resource, that's how you spell resource. And we also need to actually do a class name. Let's just call this data. And because we're doing a resource, the best thing to do is to not actually have it as a auto load. And in the saving video last time, I had this as an auto load, so let's just remove it as an auto load. And the data that we're going to be saving is still the exact same data here, but you want to make sure that we have @export in front, because if you do not, then this data will not be saved. So instead of all of this, let's just type in var save file is equal to resource saver dot save, and let's put in self and the user path here. But instead of data.save, we're going to do data.tres. That way it's a bit more readable when we open up the file. So now let's just go ahead and copy this and just replace the coding here for delete key, and also do the exact same for over here as well. There we go, done, easy like that. Now we've actually got to change the ready function here just a little bit. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a function called load data, and in this function we're going to actually copy over everything over here actually. And instead of file read over here, we're going to do save file, or actually load file instead, and we're going to equal that to resource. I'm going to do capitals actually. Resource loader dot load, and then just put in the file location there, and then do .trs once again, and we have to do trs over here as well. Now instead of this over here, we're going to actually do if load file is not equal to null and resource, and load file is resource, then return load file. And just as easy as that. Now let's just go back over to this script. Now this, it does not work, because what we need to do is we need to make a new variable and call it save data, and let's equal that to data dot new, because we're making a new instance of the resource for us to use and save our data with. So now let's just copy this and replace everything with it. There we go. And now it is all completely fine. So now let's go ahead and run the game. And now press enter. Now let's go ahead and go over to project settings. Never mind. I don't know why I went over to project settings. We meant to go over to open user data folder. And here we have data.trace. Now let's open this up. And we have all of our saved data here. Age 20, living true, location vector 3, name Homer Simpson. Just that easy. Now personally, I don't know which file saving system I personally prefer. I think I like the one that I did before with the player prefs, but this is also pretty damn good as well. So I'm going to experiment in my own games which saving system I'm going to go for, but I hope this has all helped you out in learning how to use resources and how to use, basically how to save in a basic way. Of course, this is not advanced, as in like you're not saving a bunch of information. I mean, I guess you can do, but you're not saving a bunch of information. But this is definitely good for like smaller type games. I mean, if you're going for like a bigger type game, then maybe I don't know if this sort of saving system will be efficient for bigger games, but yeah, for smaller games this is perfect. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope this has all helped you out, and I shall see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.